Why I am different from other politicians, Peter Obi gives reasons. He's obviously different now. If it's not Panadol, it can never be like Panadol. Peter Obi has declared that Nigerians should not see in the same way as other politicians in the country. They should not see him the same way like as other politicians in the country. According to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, he is quite different from other politicians. The former Anambra State governor added that he would rather do the right thing and lose than to do the wrong thing and win. In what way gladdens the heart of many of his supporters, Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, had declared that he is quite different from other politicians in the country. The former Anambra State governor made this known in an interview with Daily Trust newspaper. When asked about his difference from the other politicians, who jumped parties to parties. Well, he said, "Well, I am different. The difference is that when I see things not going the way I think they should, I move on. I would rather do the right thing and lose than to do the wrong thing and win. That is why I am different. I am the first person to seek constitutional interpretation for tenure of governor, and I have been doing that, and I am doing it because I want us to have a country where there is rule of law. And when I served by the rule of law. I stayed within the Constitution. I served them faithfully, and I finished." And he further said, "I am not an ordinary man. I am a millionaire," Peter Obi declares. Peter Obi says he is indeed a millionaire, and he has never said anything contrary to the fact. And according to him, he does not flaunt it around that he is rich. He added that he had never claimed to be a poor man. "I am not making the public not to know that I am rich. I own shares in companies here in Nigeria. I don't have to flaunt it around. Those companies pay me dividends and they give me my own money." So Peter Obi reveals why he is not paying tax in Nigeria, kept his wealth abroad. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has revealed why he kept his wealth in tax haven abroad. Obi also revealed that he can only pay tax in the country where he has business. He added that he has assets and investments in the UK, and as such can only pay tax there. The former Anambra said there is no law that asks him not to keep the money he made before becoming governor anywhere. All right? So he has said it that he is different from other politicians. One is that when he sees things not going the right way, he moves on and he says it. Then two, he said he will rather do the right thing and lose than to do the wrong thing and win. Meaning that if it is not right, it is not right, and he doesn't have to be part of it. All right? So, and that is what gladdens the heart of the people. Okay? He's also one of the persons, or about the first person, that actually canvassed for review of the constitutional tenure of office for the governors. And he served within the ambits of the law. He fulfilled his mandate, and then he left office at the right time as well, without holding on to power unnecessarily. So actually he has a lot of qualities. He has his education, he has his wealth. He said he has not denied that he's not a millionaire. He's a millionaire. He has shares in companies here in Nigeria, and they pay him his dividends, and he collects his money. That is all. He has investments. He has his wealth that he made before he came into politics, or before he became the governor of Anambra State. And he has kept his money where he wants to keep his money. He has kept his money in the UK. He does business in the UK, and he pays tax in the UK. So he doesn't need to do business in the UK and come pay tax in Nigeria. All right? I'm sure the dividends he's getting, those ones are already collecting the tax from stocks before the dividends are paid. So he's not owing anybody. He's not owing any government. Right? So I think he has a claim. They're just looking for things to put on him. They're just looking for ways to find words from his mouth, just like the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the scribes were always tempting Jesus to get words from him, whether he will blaspheme the laws of Moses. Those are the things that are looking for Peter Obi, whether he will blaspheme the country or blaspheme the laws of the nation. But he is smart and intelligent, and he is responding intelligently to every question. He's not going to blaspheme anybody. He's not going to blaspheme anything. And he is the only presidential candidate in this campaign time that actually has not blasted his fellow contestants from other political parties. Meanwhile, all other political parties, through their spokespersons, have been throwing tantrums on him. And he has kept quiet. He has been responding maturely. And people take that for weakness, but it's not. There's enormous strength in that character, in that trait, in that behavior. And that is one of the reasons he's also gaining popularity far and wide. He's more mature than the rest people. He's not a tout. So I think he didn't need to say much, or he doesn't need to say much to defend his personality. He's already speaking for him. People are already seeing him. People understand him. Right? So let me see. There are a few comments here that people are putting down over what he has said about himself. Somebody is saying here, hey, Obi, my principal, the difference between you and other Nigerian politicians are very, very clear. Go and verify. I was in Anambra State when Obi was governor. Peter Obi remained the best with the resources. He paid all contractors and workers, including pensions. All right? He paid, including pensions and gratuity. How many states in Nigeria now is paying gratuity? None of them, they're not paying. Somebody is saying, Peter Obi, you are the best. Another person here is saying, Peter Obi will be the next president of Nigeria, whether APC and PDP like it or not. Only crazy people and criminals and corrupt idiots are supporting APC and PDP. Next year election, we will know how many mad people in Nigeria by voting APC and PDP. Well, this guy has his own opinion, but we know that we are canvassing that people should vote wisely come next election. So, and I'm sure that people are already getting enough information to do the needful and to do it wisely during the next election. So, Peter Obi, obviously, his records are speaking for him. His antecedents are speaking for him. His courage, his personality, his character, they're all speaking for him. And that was why PDP wanted to shadow him by making him the vice president to Atiku. And he knew that they were going to calm him. What I mean is that they were going to bottle him and lock him up and lock up all his potentials and all the body he has in his heart for Nigeria. And that was why he wisely jittered that political party. And look at the moment he landed Labour Party. Labour Party, for some reasons, just went agog. And since that day, people have been following Peter Obi and Labour Party. For the first in history, Labour Party just got, released from the cage. And that is why Kwankwaso of Kano State jittered out of PDP and created NNPP as the presidential candidate and wanted to gain, to share from Peter Obi's popularity by canvassing for merger between Labour Party and NNPP. But Peter Obi wisely rejected that offer because Kwankwaso is feeling too big. He will still be the presidential candidate of that new party that will be merged. And then Peter Obi will be the vice president. How? Himself and Peter Obi, who is stronger, who is better, who is a better candidate, who has better credibility, who has better potential, who has better things to offer to the nation. So Peter Obi wisely rejected that. All right? He has gained the kind of fame and popularity that is unprecedented and has never been in the history of Nigeria during elections like this. So Peter Obi, keep it up. Your fans are behind you. Almost everybody is now obedient. Even those that are scared of saying it are also obedient in their heart. I am sure that the chieftains of several other political parties will vote Peter Obi during the election. It will happen. They will collect their money in those individual parties and still vote Peter Obi Because even in their heart, even the governors in their heart know that the system is rotten, they need a change. But just that they cannot beat their political agenda. They are playing party politics, so they cannot beat it. That is why they are swallowing the hook and keeping more. I will not be surprised when the governors will go out of their way to vote Peter Obi on that day. But on the open, they will be canvassing for their individual parties. It will happen. By end of this year, 12 December and January, getting closer to election period, a lot of things will unveil and we'll know who is who. So Peter Obi, keep it up. You don't need to say much about yourself. People already know you and you are going to excel. Peter Obi will end up being the president of this country by his antecedents and by the followers and by the honest people of Nigeria. All right, so that is what Peter Obi said about himself. Just add your comment below, and then let's share your view and your thoughts as well.